Hi, it's Megan Garlington with Essential Tennis. Today we're going to go over Madison Keys forehand. We're going to go over some key fundamentals so that you can recreate it on your tennis courts the next time you go play. I'm going to show you a couple different views, one from behind and one from the side, so that we can really point out some key elements that are really making her the next up-and-coming player on the tour. First off, we're going to look at her footwork in the split step. Thanks to Jason at Tennis Unleashed for this awesome video we're going to use. Right here, as you can see, she has a little split step. That's so important to really focus on your balance and getting yourself in position for the next ball. Okay, so right after the split step, you're going to notice the unit turn. This is the very first and most important thing about a forehand. Everyone that you're going to see on the Pro Tour has a great unit turn. And some of the fundamentals that make a great unit turn are that you can see the shoulder turning. Okay, so she is almost at a 90-degree angle to the baseline. That's kind of what you're looking for. And the left arm stretched out across the body to really get that coil motion so that you can use your big muscles to actually move through the ball. So it's like a spring. You're coiling your body back using your torso, your shoulders, and like I said, the big muscles of your body. Okay, once you get to this point, you can tell her racket is above her head, which is what you're looking for. Then we're going to talk about contact. So in this video, you can see her contact point has good space between her and the ball, width-wise and depth-wise. So that's important. I think sometimes players get jammed, and that's a width-wise, judging the ball between them and the ball sideways. But you can also get jammed depth-wise. So I think it's understanding that you need both spatial elements to be able to create that really good contact point. Okay? Now, from the contact point, you're going to see the extension. This forehand, and why I picked this clip out specifically, was because of this extension. You can really see how long her arm is through this ball. She has a tendency to actually have a bent arm on the forehand, which is, you can have a bent arm, you can have a straight arm. It doesn't really matter. You can do both. But the biggest thing is on her extension here, you can see how her arm is really lengthened through the ball before she finishes. So if we play this through, you can see parts of the finish is where she's above her elbow, and this elbow is up towards her face. That's a huge thing. You can tell if you are jammed and you hit a jammed forehand, a lot of times your elbow will be down and you're not going to be able to really get that length of your swing. That length of swing is huge for your power through the ball. So now if we switch to a side angle here, she's a little bit jammed as she's coming through, but because she's a little more stressed on the ball. But here you can see the setup is the same. Unit turn, shoulders are 90 degrees parallel to the baseline, or 90 degrees to the baseline. Okay, as I said, she's got that racket above her head, bent arm, and as she's coming through, you can see her left arm opens up a little bit earlier than some other pro players that you're going to see. But the difference is, and this is the most important thing, is that her shoulders are still square. Okay? If she were to open up her shoulders too soon, that's when you would see the problems. Now, as you can see, she's leading with her body. Her shoulders and her chest are leading before the rest of her body. So you can see leading with the big muscles, and at contact, her chest is facing the net. And that is a very key element that you can see in this angle that we couldn't see in the other one, and that's why I wanted to use this one as well, so that you can really see how the chest is parallel to the net. That is a very important key component. It shows that her arm is staying relaxed and that she's going to be able to generate that power as she uncoils her body through the ball. Okay, now we talked about you can have a straight arm or a bent arm, And she definitely, as you can tell at contact, has a bent arm. This forehand, she's a little stressed. So the contact point is a little closer to her body. Probably not the spatial elements that she would actually prefer. But there are times where obviously you're stressed, and that's what happens. Now the extension, so you can tell when she is a little bit stressed, the extension is not as long through the ball. But there's still extension through the ball, continuing up with the finish, like we talked about, over the shoulder, as long as it's above the elbow, and her right elbow is up with that space between her body. That's one of the key elements to a good finish. Okay, so if we go back here, I want to watch one more here. Again, key elements, split step, right there. Into the turn, unit turn. 90 degrees with the shoulders. Racket above. Left arm extended out. She's going to let the left arm come around as she's getting ready to coil through the ball. As you can tell, this is a little bit more stressed ball like we were talking about, but look at the contact point, opening of the shoulders, and the extension through, and the finish. Okay, so those are really the key elements when you're talking about the forehand. Is the split step, the footwork, the preparation, unit turn, really getting the shoulders, the 90 degrees, the left arm out to really help that coil, that shoulder turn so that you can use big muscles coming through the ball. The contact point, having a good space width-wise and depth-wise between you and the contact point in the ball. Obviously, we talked about the difference when you're a little bit stressed, when the ball is pushing you back, and when you're relaxed and the ball is in front of you, your contact point might change just a little bit. But the extension through the ball and the finish over the elbow are really big components to really being able to generate good spin, depth, and consistency and power through your forehand. If you want more information on your forehand, click below at forehandactionplan.com. We have a detailed step-by-step action plan just for you that you can work on your tennis courts at home. If you like this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos that we have to offer.